Hey everybody, I'm Aziza Nawal, belly dancer in Atlanta, Georgia, and I noticed that a lot of people like to do these opening up the costume when they first get it shipped to them, and what I thought I'd like to do is talk about the costumes that mean a lot to me. So many of my costumes I've hung on to, I haven't really recycled them that much, and they're very special to me. So, and they also kind of represent belly dance history, at least in my local area. So I thought I would start this first episode of my costume chronicle with the costume that was my very first costume that I bought in 1996. And it was handmade by someone in the States. And I do not know who made this costume. Perhaps the person that I bought it from, or the person that probably owned it previous to her, might be able to comment when I post this video and tell me and everybody else who made this costume. So here is the bra, and this is a blue and silver costume, and it even has this wonderful beading here that somebody probably did themselves. I believe that I added the fringe in the middle there. It didn't come with that originally, but it did come with this blue fringe. And this blue fringe was hand done with some bugle beads, and probably these seed bead fringes here were purchased probably coming from Egypt. I'm not sure though. Can't tell really by the work. And it was made with appliques, and it is discolored quite a bit from years of sweat, and there's some missing beads. But this bra was made, I added some lining in the back, but this bra was made from scratch. I feel like there's an underwire in here. It's probably just I don't think it was built on a bra base necessarily, but it might have been. So this is the bra. It's got some wonderful trim that they added that has pearls on it. You can see there. And this is the belt. So I also added some fringe to it. It had kind of started to blow out a little bit, so I added some bits of silver fringe to it at some point when I wanted to revive it. I don't think I've worn this thing in a while. And I can't recall, but I feel like I added these stones at the top because I only made it so far with the beadwork around it on one side. But I wanted to spruce it up a little bit, you know, because it was, you know, a little empty in some places. So I bought this from Chandani, who was in a troupe that I performed in as a baby dancer. And she worked at the Imperial Fez in Atlanta. And I believe this was a costume that she probably also wore. She sold it to me, and she told me, the beads have to speak to you. And they certainly did. It was a gorgeous costume. It came with a skirt and I think some little arm things that she had made to go with it. And it was just, it really served me well when I got my first restaurant gig. So, and I think that's when I started kind of sprucing it up a little bit and adding a few stones to it. So I like to call this one Chandani Blue. And I believe also my teacher, Layla Katrina, may have owned this at one time. But I wanted to share this costume with you guys, and so you could just kind of appreciate what we had to do back in those days. Because I think this was 15 years old when I bought it. In 96, so this beaut has been around for a while. Anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. Hopefully you enjoyed my story about Chandani Blue, and I'll see you again in the next episode.